Joining us now on the MARR Rock Show, making their first appearance on our show, I've got Los Angeles band Deiform with us. We've got Fernando and we've got Jovan with us. They've got 3 great singles that have been out this year, and we were introduced to them out at the Blue Ridge Rock Festival. Fernando, Jovan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So, hey, I mentioned to you the first time I really saw and got to know you guys was at a Blue Ridge Rock Festival. So for folks maybe that don't know your band yet, give us a brief biography of the band, how long you've been around and how you guys formed.
Okay, so we started off as like a kind of like a jam band, just getting together, just playing shows and stuff. And it wasn't about until 2015 that we finally kind of thought, hey, we have something here. Let's jump on it. So before we knew it, we started playing with bands in 2015 like OTEP and As Blood Runs Black. And then from there, we kind of jumped into other festivals, playing with bigger bands like Rammstein and Twisted Sister and Alien Ant Farm and a bunch of bands that we all grew up with. You know what I mean? So
Dragon Force.
And Dragon Force, yeah. Yeah, so it's been a fun ride.
Now, everybody I know who saw you at Blue Ridge Rock Festival had the same reaction I did. It was in a big crew I was with. First of all, we're like, how do we not know who you guys were yet? And second of all, they're awesome. So how did you come to become part of the Blue Ridge Rock Festival?
Just through a lot of networking, sending out our EPK, and we were fortunate enough to get selected at Blue Ridge. And so far we've done it for 2 years. We're hoping to come back next year. But yeah, just basically representing ourselves. As you may know, we are independent artists, and we represent ourselves.
Yeah, so what we do is we basically send out our resume, and we manage ourselves. So it kind of gives us the ability to be able to to do what we want, how we want it, and not have to rely on another agency to take over and stuff. So we've been very fortunate to be able to do it that way.
Now, that festival has really grown a lot. Tell us about your guys' experience at the festival this year at Blue Ridge. What was it like?
Oh, man, it was amazing. I mean, if you consider last year, it really grew to this amazing, powerful festival that we're just very, proud to be a part of. I mean, everybody was just, the teams were all great. Everybody that worked together, the stage management, everybody just did an amazing job. And quite honestly, it's turned out to be a huge thing. And I think it's definitely gonna be a festival. Yeah, I think it's a festival that's basically gonna not go anywhere. You know what I mean? So.
In a good way.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt. Now, hey, the single 2000 Volts is one of the 3 singles I mentioned that you had out, and it's one of the ones that made it into our Golden Dozen music chart. So tell me a little bit more about that tune, the story behind it.
Okay, so that song came about where it's kind of like a struggle within yourself, and we wanted to kind of make it into a story that can kind of portray to other people. I mean, everybody's kind of like dealing with their own issues internally, and a lot of times we tend to not have to. We tend to kind of not really have to worry about, dealing with the everyday struggles. So what it's basically about is doing things not knowing that you're doing them. And for us, it's kind of like it's kind of like an impactful song where you have a guy that's kind of placed in a place that he didn't know he was going to place himself in, and we kind of made it where it's kind of like where 2000 volts is what they use as as part of, it's kind of like the electric chair. That's the voltage that they use. And so the story I turned it into was kind of like it being a guy that's placed in a situation where he accidentally does something, and he kind of goes crazy about it. and he ends up in jail, and he ends up dealing with a bunch of I guess his own demons in a sort of way.
Yeah.
And all this crazy stuff is going on inside of his head, and he just can't believe that he placed himself in that whole situation. And it was just it's a pretty fun story, because I mean, if you really think about it, everybody tends to do things unknowingly, sending them into a certain path that they themselves don't know that they're getting themselves into. And a lot of times it could even put you in jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's you know, so for us, it's you know, making the right decision is probably, you know, the best bet.
Now, I saw that you guys did a tour of Mexico that looks like it did pretty well. How'd you guys develop a presence down there? And tell me about the tour of Mexico.
Like, you know, relates back to Blue Ridge. We just try to just put ourselves out there and submit our EPK, and sometimes we get lucky and we get selected to play these shows. And I think Hell in Heaven was a really big show and a great opportunity for us. You know, as Jovan mentioned, Ramspan was the headliner. It was huge. You know, they have a huge show with Pyrotechnics, and I think the attendance was about 80,000 people.
Oh my, wow.
It was mind-blowing. Like, we were treated like rock stars, and it was great, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, that was an amazing show. But the Blue Ridge Rock Festival this year, honestly, is really pulled through like big time. I mean, quite honestly, I really do have to say that Blue Ridge has been one of our best festivals yet. They've really just brought it to the table, and they've gone all out, and they did an amazing job. So
yeah, it's gonna get better.
Well, to your guys' credit, man, you brought a great set to that festival as well, man. It's what gravitated me towards your guys' music. So hats off to you all for bringing your A game to that festival as well. So.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we also have this other song called Ballistic that has to do with like it's like anti-bullying. You get a lot of people that are committing suicide over even cyberbullying, and you know, any type of bullying is terrible. I mean, I've been bullied in high school. You know, I'm sure these guys have as well. But I mean, for it to actually be for it to be something so powerful that people have in like their hands, you know, you can either do it or not. But people that are taking this bullying it's ridiculous, you know. So we ended up making a song called Ballistic, and it's kind of like it's our anti-bullying song. If anybody wants to hear it, you can search it on Spotify and all platforms and stuff.
Yeah, and we'll do you one better. We'll make sure we play it during the segment tonight for everybody, so everybody gets a chance to hear it on our show. Yeah. Hey,
I think you guys enjoy it.
Hey, I want to ask Fernando this, man. You got a brother in the band there. Was it a musical family growing up? Did they listen to rock music in your family, or was it one of those where, oh my God, what are my kids doing?
I think it was, oh my God, what are my kids doing? I just started liking rock in maybe the 5th grade, and it just kind of grew from there. And eventually, you know, I just stuck to metal, and it's been like something that I love to do. And then my brother, he's the drummer. He's a little younger than me. He kind of just followed in my footsteps and became the drummer. And then we started jamming out as teenagers, and we kind of just stuck together, and this is where we are right now.
So are you guys currently writing? And I guess the question is, when can we anticipate the next single, or are you working on EP? What's coming up next for the band?
We got a couple recordings that we're working on, actually. There's 3 songs that we're working on in the recording process. Hopefully we can release them pretty soon. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it too. And
right now we're actually working on for the song Keep the Strength. We're working on a music video right now where we're dealing with a director and stuff, and this production agency where we're fortunate enough to be able to deal with a foundation, and we're actually going to be with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And it's a song that is that's pretty near and dear to our heart, where it's a tribute to Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. And so basically what we're doing is we're making a music video, anti-suicide music video for it right now. So that's one thing that's going to be released in the next few months.
That's amazing you just told me that, because the next two things I was going to ask you is, what song are you going to do a music video for, and have you thought of Keep the Strength? I actually had that written down next. So.
Really? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, man. And quite honestly, it's a song that we've had, and we've really been sitting on it. We really just want to release it at the perfect time. And I mean, Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington have been a huge inspiration in my life, and they're the reason why I do what I do today. I mean, Chester Bennington and his voice, his screams, and it really got me into that whole screaming area of singing, and Chris Cornell with his amazing voice. The character in his voice is just astounding. It's just awesome. I mean, there's nothing like it. So, the whole melodic portion of it is just another portion of what we are as a band. We've just been we've been hacking away at creating the script for it, and working with a foundation for it and stuff, and we're just we're really in a position where we really want to release it, and release it the proper way, because it is something that is really impactful.
So, hey, tell us about what you got coming up in the future. What's on tap for the fall, and then what are your guys' goals for 2020?
Okay, so 2020, I mean, we're really looking forward to playing more shows, but I mean, we really want to go ahead and we really want to release some of the music that we've had, because we have quite a bit of songs that we need to release. So we're looking forward to an album in 2020, and being able to release everything all at once.
Well, hey, man, I've had a great time getting to meet you here on the radio show. We've been talking with Fernando and Jovan of Deiform. They're out of Los Angeles, California. They got a couple singles out there right now on iTunes. New stuff in the work. We're going to play a number of tunes tonight on the show. Hey, congratulations on a great performance at Blue Ridge. It's how we got to know you. It's how a lot of other fans I know got to know you guys. And keep on plugging away. We're going to keep following your guys' career.
Awesome, man. We appreciate you guys, and also looking forward to hopefully seeing you guys again next year.